Can we start team news ahead of the trip to Leicester at the weekend?
Um, just trying to think if there's Bex has been back in training. Just trying to think now quickly. Yelly's very close to being back. Might join us a little bit today as well. So no, I think nothing from the weekend. Apologies if I've forgotten anyone, but yeah, top of my mind, everything from last game is very much the same, I believe.
And you're going to need everyone, aren't you, in this remaining couple of months?
No, yeah, definitely. So we've gone through that sort of period, and hopefully that's the end of it, where we were very thin and managing a lot of games with players on minutes and restrictions and all different things. So that was a challenge in itself. But I think I prefer the challenge of players training, competing, and then having to make those tough decisions than trying to juggle who can play where and how many minutes, and then who do we flip for. So I think this is a much nicer headache, and the girls have been training well. They're working really, really hard, and we're getting more and more coming back, and a few more now to return soon as well. So there's going to be even more competition, and that just helps when you compete every single day, and that helps prepare everyone for the weekend, for the challenge ahead.
And it's been a strong month, hasn't it, so far, March? That draw with Chelsea and then a key win on the road, Dario, at Spurs.
Yeah, it was. I think we sort of knew we have that. We displayed a lot of it early in the season. We had a couple challenging games, couple challenging moments where moments sort of dictated out the outcome of games. Some we weren't good at. That's definite towards the start of the return. So we've had to navigate. I've done a little bit of learning as well. First winter. In terms of the pitches that we play on and how we need to adapt and all that. So it's been a lot of learning there as well, and juggling all the competitions. And so, there's been a lot to go through it. We don't want to just say, bad run, now we're doing okay and we're doing good. So, you want to learn through the good times. We want to learn, and I think you learn even more when it's a little bit tougher, but, we sort of never lost that belief. We've stayed true to the way we play, and and now we're sort of starting to get those performances and results coming back as well.
Well, I was going to ask, how close are you to those performances of the first 2-3 months?
Yeah, I don't think too far away. So it's nice now. We've got the opportunity. Like I couldn't tell you. I think probably in the last two games was the first time we were able to field the same sort of 11. So that was even then we had to change Vicky from the Chelsea game. She went out with an injury. A couple more that we had to look after that tough game. But so we have the opportunity now to, again, depending on how the performance are throughout the week, that we can look at a similar players, that we're not sort of 1 week jumping to the next one. So it is a nice problem to have. While I think I try to think back the last time we were able to sort of have the opportunity to do the same 11. So that helps to get a bit of continuity, helps to get a bit of those connections that we had earlier in the season. But I think everyone's looking forward to it. We get to go to a nice stadium, play against a good opponent on a nice pitch as well. So we're looking forward to that.
Well, I know you won't underestimate Leicester City. You're in a very small club of two to have taken points off Chelsea this season, so they've got a performance at home, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. And I think they have that sort of added, I wouldn't say pressure, but sort of there's that extra motivation because of, I think, Palace's win from the weekend. So that brings them all a little bit closer. So that is an extra motivation. So they are good. They can be very dangerous. We learnt that against the two games that we played against, especially in the League Cup, where we weren't at our best. And they were, they showed that day how deadly they can be. Even though it went to penalties, I think they were probably a little bit hard done by on that day, that they didn't probably get the result. But so we took a lot of learnings from that one. It was probably a good thing that we had that game. So we know, and especially in this competition, there's no such thing as an easy game. That's definitely not a word you can ever use. So we know that every single weekend, every single day, we have to prepare to the absolute maximum. Otherwise, you need then a lot of luck to then get the result. So we have to focus on those things, and if we do that, then we give ourselves, again, a great opportunity to have a good performance and come away with a good result.
And finally, for me, you touched there on the great stadium this weekend. What about the news that you'll be playing at the Amex again for a key home league game with Liverpool? The club really backing this push for history, Dario, this season.
Yeah, look, it's always exciting, you know, when you get to go to the Amex. We've had two good games there. It was enjoyable. We broke our attendance record there as well. So hopefully it'll be another great day. Our travelling support, I think, has been excellent. Also at home, you know, it was nice. All the fans that came out, very thankful for them giving up their weekend to travel up to London, and they were with us from the kickoff, even before kickoff, to be fair. And then, you know, to have that many numbers to come and support us. So, you know, I think it's a nice one for everyone. Should be a great game for sure. But, you know, we've still got a couple teams before that. So but yeah, excited for that one. But, you know we got tough game this weekend, and then we got City after that to prepare for, and then throw in an international break between then.